We got some big updates from Thailand, and I want to talk about the journey here in Thailand as I'm trying to become a professional Muay Thai fighter. It's now mid of February, 2 months in. We had 2 fights already. They're chopping up my legs. These Thais are ruthless. And just talking about the journey, about what's ahead of us. We have a next fight coming up in just a few weeks. So as you guys know, I just moved to a new gym, which is called Sit T, here in Chiang Mai City, actually. And Sit T is translated to something of millionaire, maybe fighting millionaire or handsome millionaire. I don't know. I have to ask my coach again. That's pretty cool. And before we lived in a more rural area outside of the city, it was like a 50-minute drive on a highway to come here for shopping and all this stuff. We lived in a small village with maybe 50 people max in the Merim area. Merim is a big hotspot for tourist attraction. You have elephants there and cool viewpoints and nice waterfalls, temples. We had a nice 2-story house there for very cheap rent. There were some stuff around, small shops and everything. Still had to come often to the city, and I just decided, okay, come. Yeah, many gyms around. Chiang Mai is getting a Muay Thai area. Many new gyms are opening, and I joined Sit T. Yeah, around 10th of January. I just came after Christmas back to Thailand after visiting my family, and then the first days I made some gym hopping, tried a few gyms out, and then I decided, okay, I'll stay here long term. Yeah, and I think exactly after 2 weeks, a 2 weeks fight camp, we had our first fight here in Chiang Mai. We asked for not an easy opponent, a challenge, and we got this guy called Wan Songkran, who is pretty well known here in Loi Kro, is one of these guys who's fighting very regularly. He has a lot of experience, and we had a great back and forth, a great fight. It was a very good challenge for me to showcase my skills, to dig deep, and to finally get the win. But even if I mocked it a bit and tried to have a poker face, slapped my thigh after he kicked me and do it again, come on, no problem. But it was definitely a problem. My leg looked terrible after that. That's a small setback because we had the goal of fighting at least once a week. We wanted to go all in and have as many fights as possible, but it still hurts a bit now. I'm not really patient, and I still go to training, which is usually a mistake. I try to work on other limbs, like maybe just my fists or elbows only. But I want to go to training just to keep up the habit and to do something. Like if I just stay at home, what am I gonna do? To be honest, I need that. I need the Muay Thai daily. It's great for my health. It's great for my mind, and it's also a good fight. Still a fight camp, still fight preparation. But for sure with the legs, you're still jumping around, do some shadow boxing. You still use the legs. They're not resting. You're not lie on the bed and do nothing. So that's what you usually have to do. And I do that after training. I go to spas, ice bath, sauna, steam room, put ice on it while I'm at home, creams. I really try to do everything to balance recovery and still training. Yeah, and it was just 1.5 weeks after, on 4th February, as we had our second fight, and I could still feel a bit of pain in this leg, in my lead leg, while I was doing the Y crew. I was kneeling down, bending down, showing some respect to teacher, father, mother, and my opponent too. And I felt that the stretch was hurt a bit. So I went into this fight with knowing, okay, I'm a bit disabled, but it turned out that he did not care about this leg. He just smashed my other leg, and now I'm sitting here with 2 not fully healed legs. Both are still a bit injured and hurt. Please don't take me here as an example, as a role model. I do some crazy things here. It's just Thai culture. If you are injured, rest. Let it heal fully so you don't have any issues in the future. The Thais do that for a living, for making their bread, paying the bills. So they fight as many times as possible, even if they're injured, because they have to. We don't have to. But I kind of want to experience this. I want to live like a Thai and get the experience they experience. Yeah, and the second fight of this year was actually for a belt from the stadium, a stadium belt, a stadium title, because I made a very good performance in the last one, in fight number 1 this year. And I had some previous wins before at this stadium, so I was kind of on a small winning streak. Promoter was asking for this fight, and my coach also said, okay, maybe you're ready. And we took that fight, and we got schooled got actually schooled. Girawat was very technical, very good. I almost had him. He posted a Facebook post that he was about to get knocked out. He was about to go down and was almost done and finished. But he caught me very well with an elbow and the leg kicks. I don't know what happened then, if the adrenaline just went off, shut down, and I felt all the pain from the leg kicks. There were so many and good and powerful leg kicks. These small Thais who are in my weight class, they have always these thick and big legs, and it really hurt. And I was standing up from the count, and it did hurt so much. Popped one more, and I was down. I was out. I couldn't walk. Bad experience, but that's how we grow as a fighter. And yeah, now we have another one scheduled for the 3rd March. That's in roughly 3 weeks. I have time now to heal up both legs fully, get in shape. I have to cut a bit of weight because this fight will be in Bangkok with actual professional weigh-ins the day before or the morning before the fight, I think. Yeah, preparing for this right now, doing a lot of skipping instead of running. I don't want to use the legs so much on the roads, because that hurts legs and knees too. I personally prefer skipping on a soft ground, and kind of like 10-15 minutes of skipping equals a 30-minute run if you do it with speed. So sometimes I skip like 20-30 minutes straight without a break. I can do that now. I actually said it in the first Road to Pro series that I can do only 2 minutes max. So hopefully after a few weeks doing this, I can jump the rope without a break. It's not an issue anymore. So the next fight will be on the 3rd March in Bangkok. First fight there ever. And it's not in one of the big stages like Rajamnern or Lumpini, like kind of a Muay Thai festival. There's a gym which opens a new facility, a new area, and to celebrate that, they having fights there, and it's kind of an event. But we still have an open business with fighter Girawat, who just snuck away our stadium belt. So we preparing also for this rematch against a southpaw. That will be the next one probably, because I was begging for the rematch because I know I can beat him. I know it. And we just went to the stadium again and watched him fight against a Swedish guy, a ripped guy, professional fighter, and they both made a big show. That was a great fight, and I saw some gaps in his game, but I also saw how ruthless he is in his strength. He continued the low kicks, and he hammered the hardest elbows I've ever seen here in Chiang Mai city. The guy was bleeding all over the face. That was ruthless. Jumping elbow. He was just phenomenal. But I still know, and I think I can beat him. So that's still something I'm looking for. I don't just sweep that under the rug. No. That's something we still... The rematch is something we're looking forward to. But first we have to take this fight in Bangkok. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make sure that I train as many times as possible. Right now it's twice a day. Gonna do the fighters program and do some extra work after the training. Train with the fighters, do extra sparring, longer clinching sessions. I train in the morning from 8:30 to 11. And then again from 5 p.m. to 8. Sometimes I come home at 9 p.m. So I train at least 6 hours a day. I don't have time for anything else right now. I'm documenting my journey, try to make all these videos and keep you guys up to date and involved about what's going on right now. But when I'm home from training, I'm just tired. I'm out. It's right now just being in this fighter cycle of training hard, getting good diet in, and resting a lot. Now it's just all in for the journey to get our pro debut this year at Rajadamnern or Lumpini in Bangkok. That's my big goal, the big dream, and it's gonna happen this year, guys. Yeah, and I have to make sure that I extend my visa because this time I just arrived in Thailand without anything. Just came without documents, without a visa, got a stamp for 60 days. So I'm gonna reveal now my plan, what I do for saving a lot of money for these visas and still staying in Thailand the full year. Sorry for the interruption, appreciate you watching here. This is actually a video for our Patreon members, but I thought it would be a cool idea to share some of this also here on YouTube. You can watch the full video on our Patreon. This one is totally free for all because we just celebrated our 100 members and this video is for everybody. So you can just click the link in the description and join for free. Don't even have to sign up for a membership and you can continue watch it on the Patreon. See you there.